Alright, let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna take you guys on like one of my dailies here. What I do is I run crates. It's one of the hardest ways to make money on GTA, but I found it's also one of the best. Lucrative. This game tries to fuck with you. Just in my ear. He's gonna come out and try to fuck with me. Okay, I scared him. AI, they're kind of acting haywire, but alright, I'm gonna try to get you don't call us to again. Time's passed, so any chance.
Why, hello, how you doing? How can I help? Give me a shout when you've made your mind up.
So this would be my 9th crate run of the day. My last run I accidentally blew my shit up. So hopefully this run I do good. Breaking into shit today. You know, you're kind of a bitch for that. Man, dude. We'll go to another session. We got dickheads here. Yeah, sometimes you get the grief first, fortunately.
G'day.
Oh shit.
Only $4.79 for these ankle socks. Breathable and light. Thick and no. Free shipping and free return.
One morning in 1995, two campers were inside of their little nylon tent inside of this huge forest in Arizona, and they started to hear this loud rumbling sound. So curious, they unzipped their tent and they looked in the direction the sound was coming from, and it was coming from this dirt road, kind of straight up ahead of them. And at first, all they could see was this huge dirt and dust cloud kind of barreling towards them. And then in the middle of this cloud, suddenly something appeared that both of these campers knew should not have been in this forest.
Fucking asshole tried to scare me.
Nominations. How about it? And they would fall, and a new emperor would come and go, you know what? I'm gonna fucking rule
World
the world
domination and other
with I'm not gonna let my soldiers get married. That way we'll have a stronger army. They have different philosophies. Everyone believed different shit. But they all wanted a one world government. There's no way to have a fucking one world government. Nobody's into that shit. Right. Not even other rulers from small countries are like, one world government? That's gonna put me out of a job. Fuck your one world government. People that don't know shit about politics don't want a one world government. Sure. There's no way you're going to sell a one world government. It's impossible. The only way to make a one world government work is to have the people embrace it. They have to want it because nobody wants it. So the trick is to make people want it, to embrace it. There's only one way. I know. There's only one way.
Oh, this is very important. I've heard this. I know this. Okay. I don't know.
The only way, and they've known this forever. The Vatican knew this. The Vatican, the Pope wanted to rule the world. They all knew it, but they couldn't do it. They all knew it, but they knew one way, but there's no way. How they're going to
one way, man?
The only way is if there was some extraterrestrial threat from up above us. That would be the only way to have everyone embrace the one world government. They all knew that for years.
But it didn't work.
That's
so far.
the plan. They could never make it work. Yeah, they didn't have the technology. 500 years ago, the Vatican knew about it. They wanted it. And you go to the Vatican, you see paintings of like UFOs with aliens in them. And back when I used to believe in UFOs, but before I figured out that UFOs they want us to believe in UFOs. They're preparing us for a fake alien invasion. That's always been the plan. A one world government. The only way to do it is to get us to embrace it. And the only way to embrace it is from an alien attack. Ronald Reagan talked about it many times at the UN, CFR. He talked about it because wouldn't it make, he looked at all the leaders of the nation, of the world, and said, wouldn't it make our lives easier if we just had some kind of extraterrestrial threat? He said that shit. He said that in front of the UN. Like he's trying to get everybody into
I don't think he ever said that.
No, he said that many times. It's on video many times.
Ronald Reagan?
What?
Never heard of him, Brian? Never heard of him?
Bush was vice president.
Right.
He was talking about, and there's many videos of him saying, what lies before.
This is 1 hour of the craziest conspiracy theories ever shared on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast. The Shining and the moon landing.
There's a crazy conspiracy theory connected to The Shining and the moon landing.
Yeah, I heard about the moon landing.
Yeah, it's all about the number on the door is the exact same amount of thousands of miles, 237, and it's 237,000 miles away.
I heard that,
by the way, it varies. See, that's the problem with that argument, is that like the distance between the Earth and the moon is not constant. I think it moves a little bit. So I think it goes as far as 265,000 feet out, or miles rather, 265,000 miles out, and it goes to 237. But I think it varies. I think it goes like this. I think it has like an elliptical orbit around the Earth a little bit. Maybe I made that up. Is that true?
Yeah, sounds accurate. Sorry, I was in the middle of reading the 237 stuff.
Yeah, I heard it was also possibly about Native American.
Today, we're going to look at 3 places you can't go and people who went there anyways. But before we get into today's stories, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, and mysterious delivered in story format, then you come to the right place because that's all we do, and we upload 2 or 3 times every week. So if that's of interest to you, at the like button's next birthday party, please gift them a 3-year supply of Radithor. Also, please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. All right, let's get into today's stories. Monday, May 23rd, 2005, 37-year-old John Wilson got home from a very long day at work and immediately just collapsed into a sofa. John was an oil pipeline inspector in Houston, Texas, and that day it had been extremely hot, and he'd been driving around all these different job sites, and he'd been out in the sun, and he really hadn't had a break. And so now that he was home, he was totally exhausted and knew he should probably just go to bed, but he didn't want to. He didn't want to just go right to bed and then have to get back up again and go right back to work. He wanted to unwind before calling it a night. And so he decided what he would do to unwind would be to go fishing, something he really loved to do. Normally, John did a lot of freshwater fishing, but tonight he decided he would do some saltwater fishing. And so at about 7:30 p.m. that night, he grabbed his fishing rod and his tackle box, he threw it in the back of his pickup truck, and then he hit the road. About an hour and a half later, he had driven all the way south to the very coast of Texas to a beach called Crystal Beach, which is right on the Gulf of Mexico. And instead of parking in one of the parking spaces in the lot, John, like he always did, just drove right through the gate out onto the actual beach. This beach actually had a reputation for having really hard-packed sand, almost like cement, because so many people like John would drive their vehicles out onto the beach. And so he goes through the gate and he drives straight out towards the water. And although it wasn't completely low tide yet, it was making its way towards low tide, and so there was a lot of beach exposed. And so John drove for quite a while, and then he parked still in the tidal zone, but well away from the water. John probably figured that he would not be there long enough for it to matter, because high tide is not for several hours. And so John hops out of his truck, he preps his fishing rod, and he walks out into the actual surf, and he begins to fish. And it would have been very, very peaceful, as there was not really anyone else down there, as it was pretty much the middle of the night. There might have been a couple of the fishermen nearby, but that was about it. And for a while, John probably just enjoyed the peace and quiet, he enjoyed fishing, and then after a while, John got overwhelmingly tired. Maybe it was from all the work earlier in the day out in the sun that was just finally catching up to him. Either way, John decided he wanted to take a nap before he headed home again. So he left the surf zone, he dropped his fishing rod in the back of his truck, and then he crawled underneath his truck to take a nap. The following morning, a man who was out for a walk near Crystal Beach looked out into the water and he saw a truck was half submerged in the surf zone. So he called the police, and then the police called a tow truck. And the tow truck driver showed up to the beach, and when he got there, it was still relatively high tide, and so he had to wait until it was low tide enough that he could actually attach the chains and start pulling this truck out of the surf zone. So finally, when it was low tide enough, the tow truck driver walked. Poking out from underneath it, and that body belonged to John Wilson. No one knows for sure.
have to tell you some wild shit. I have to tell you some wild shit. Eddie for a bond. I'm gonna message him and be like, hey, Eddie for a bond. Wow.
Yeah, it got down to 51 degrees last night, Phil.
That's nuts.
Isn't that nuts? So what we're doing, Phil, I'm not even going to the gym this morning. I'm going to go on a cleaning rampage.
Just ping the...
My house is a disaster right now. I have been neglecting it ever since school started, and it is a wreck. So we're going to clean out the cat litter boxes. We're going to sweep the cat litter boxes and do all the bathrooms and do the kitchen and wash all the rugs in the bathroom and the front room and I have a small rug stuck into my washer and they're all going to get washed. I'm putting them in right now. Now we're going to go on a cleaning rampage, so. It's not sound like a blast. And right now, I'm going to do furries. And then we're going to get this car. How are you doing, Phil? Are you doing all right?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, sir. I'm doing wonderful. It's the edibles. They're fucking great. They're made in like distillate oil. They're like gummies made in like distillate oil, and like they're fucking amazing.
That's awesome.
And I got them for like 10 for $35. So like I bought like 40 packs of them for like 150, and then I got like 14 dab carts for like 100. So I walked out with a lot of shit for like 250, which was really nice. It was a really good deal, because out in the street, you know how much you'd pay for that in the street, Sarah? Probably like $600-700. You know, so it's gonna last me a long time. I got the edibles for my surgery because I'm not taking those fucking pain pills. I'm not doing it.
I wouldn't do it.
I don't know about that.
Can you tell me you're going to be moving? Are you going to stay where you're at?
Fuck no.
Stay where you're at?
I'm staying here forever.
Forever?
This is my dream home, Sarah.
I don't believe you.
This is my dream home. I had to break the fucking door handle off.
I was probably mobile home over you, basically.
I had to break the fucking door handle off. My kid locked himself in the fucking bathroom.
That's awesome.
So I broke the fucking door handle off. I didn't know what else to do. So I gotta get the door handle fixed. I gotta get the window fixed. Oh, shit in here needs fixed.
something crazy?
What?
It hasn't happened in a long time. Work messed up my paycheck. They did give me 8 hours of overtime. They're going to put it on my next check. And then I'm also getting my tuition reimbursed.
Yeah, my check was more than it usually was this time than it ever was for some reason. I don't know why. Dude, you know what? Because you know what? You know what I think it is, dude? Because I clock in sometimes at 9 o'clock. Like 9:10. I think they fucking pay me for those 20 minutes that I clock in.
God, they should.
Sarah's like, they fucking should. Damn, Sarah. Hey.
You know what I like? When I do overtime on Saturday morning or, not whatever, but it's say I come in at 4 o'clock in the morning to help door line. I clock in at like 4 till 4 usually, or 3:43 or something. Becca pays me for the 15 minutes I'm there. Even though I don't start till 4, usually or right around.
Yeah.
I kind of got pissed. I'm not going through for overtime anymore.
You're not allowed to come in anymore?
This is what happened. Me and Amber been coming in for overtime quite a bit, and other people too. But I'm not locked out, tag out, certified. I'm not going to do changeover or any of that crap. And Fred does. He's been coming in early for months to do changeover, like 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever. He got a freaking Bravo for it. And me and Amber have come in early to help door line. We didn't get a Bravo. I feel like I was overlooked, Phil.
That's messed up, ain't it?
So, but if she asks, I'll do it, but I'm not volunteering anymore.
You're not?
My next check, I matched my next check. I'm going to get a $2,200 check next time, Phil.
Damn. I'm going. I would be going.
My savings.
I would be going shopping.
And I had to pay off my credit card. Oh my goodness, Phil. My credit card. I put my books on my credit card and a couple other things. I have my Amazon Prime come out of that. My credit card payment in 2 weeks is going to be $600.
Jesus.
So, yeah. That's not going to be a fun. Actually, as of right now, it's like 520 or something. But there's a good chance I might put something on my credit card, like gas, or you get the idea. Small purchase. If I go to Dollar General or the pet store, I need to get cat litter on Amazon, and that's going to be $20. Maybe even 30. I spent so much on cat litter now.
Yeah, it's like crazy. You know, people's killed more people over religion more than anything else.
What?
People's killed over religion more than anything else.
I know.
I used
There
to
are
think,
more people being killed because we're Christian than anything. You know what happens to several Christians or prophets in the Old Testament and New Testament?
what's that?
They were murdered. They were killed. Some of us beheaded. Wait, okay, you ever hear this? You ever hear of John the Baptist? You hear the story, Bill?
What?
Okay, John the Baptist baptized people and told people about Jesus, and everyone considered him a prophet, and yeah. So there was this one ruler named Herod. Ever hear of Herod? Probably not. So Herod's dad tried to kill Jesus, and we're gonna think that John the Baptist did. He knew the Old Testament and the laws of the Old Testament. Herod married his. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
His other daughter, his niece.
What?
Yeah. And in the Jewish law, that was forbidden. That was wrong. That wasn't what God. He said that isn't something you should do. And so, what John the Baptist did is said, hey, it's not lawful for you to marry her. That's what he said. He was a Jew himself, just like he did to John at first. He just put him in prison. And then later on, he gave an oath saying, I'll do whatever you want to this one girl and family, another person. And then they said, I want John the Baptist's head. He had him beheaded. Yeah. You know how many Christians were beaten and in prison, Phil?
Oh, probably a lot.
A lot, Phil.
Now I feel bad.